Hello everyone and welcome to lesson 10, creating and duplicating views. Today we will learn how to create and duplicate views automatically. This is especially useful for setting up constant documentation or generating views for filtered elements. In my project, I don't have any floor plans here, but I have created my levels. Let's open Dynamo and search for Python node. Let's switch this to manual and edit the Python node. Let's get rid of all these lines. As always, we need to import libraries. First of all, we import Common Language Runtime and Revit imports. Then from CLR, we add references, which first is Revit services, and then Revit API. Then from Revit services dot persistence, we import document manager, and again from Revit services dot transaction, we import transaction manager. And from Autodesk dot Revit dot database, we import all. And now we need to access current Revit document. I'm going to name it doc, and we say document manager dot instances dot we select current database document. And now we need to set up our inputs, which is a list of level elements from Dynamo. So I'm going to name our list as levels. And since we are importing this from Revit, we need to unwrap it. So I'm going to say unwrap element, and as an argument we'll feed our input. Like this. Now we should get the first available view family type of type floor plan. I'm going to name this view underscore family underscore types, and we need to collect them. We use filtered element collector. And as an argument, it asks for document and we say of class as an argument we feed view family type, and we feed it to the list of elements. And then we say floor plan type, and now we should search for floor plan. I'm going to create a list, and we say v for v in view family types, which collected before using for loop command. If the attribute of that view family equals to view family, its attribute of the view family, which is floor plan, and we select the first available one. And now we should be creating floor plan views. We need to create a list. I'm going to name it new views to store our views in it. Now we should start our transaction. I'm going to say transaction manager dot instance dot ensure in transaction. As an argument, it asks for our document. Now I'm going to use a for loop command. We say for level LVL in levels, and I use try and accept. Try this, which is a creation method. I'm going to name it new view, and we say view plan dot create, and as an argument asks for document, floor plan type ID that we collected before. Let me copy and paste, and level ID. And we append this into our list. And we say accept, course I misspelled here. All right. And now I'm going to say if a view already exists for that level, then skip it. We're going to say view, new views, append, and I'm going to use f string by saying f view already exists for level, and as an attribute we retrieve the name of that level. Alright, now we need to close our transaction. By saying transaction manager dot instance dot transaction task done. Without any arguments, and of course our list of output. Alright, now we need to feed the list of levels into our Python script. I'm going to search for categories, and search for levels, and we are going to create the level, the floor plans for all the levels. So I'm going to collect all of them by saying all element of category, of course not this one, category. All right, and now let's fit to this. Now let's run the script. Let's go back to Revit. As you can see, we created all the floor plans for all our levels. In the next section, I'm going to duplicate these views here. Now let's go back to our Dynamo and close this. Let's save it, close it, and freeze it, because we are not going to create floors again. However, I'm going to copy and paste it here and unfreeze it. Of course, we need to collect the levels and floors that we are going to duplicate. For that reason, let's use these nodes here again. But in this case, I'm going to search for views. Let's run it once. All right, let's say we're going to duplicate floor plans. All right, now we need to filter them. So I'm going to use a filter by Boolean mask. I'm going to feed the list here, and we need to convert the list of elements into a string. So I'm going to say a string from object. Right, let's make a little bit of space here. And we say a string contains this one, and I'm going to search for floor plan view. Let's fit this to our mask, run it again. Alright, we end up with two lists. The first one containing our views that we are going to duplicate, and the rest of the views inside our project. Now let's fit this to our Python, and let's edit our Python script. Actually, I'm going to clear this up to this line here, and let's name it to views. Alright, now we need to choose a duplication method because there are three options: duplicate, with detailing, and as dependent. So I'm going to choose one of them. So I'm going to name this dupe option, and I'm going to select duplicate, view duplicate, duplicate option, and we search for with detailing this one. Alright, and now we need a list to store our duplicated views, so I'm going to create that. Views as an empty list, and now we need to start our transaction. And I'm going to use a for loop command. And again, try and accept. We're going to say a new view ID. For the view duplicate, and as an argument we search for we indicate a dupe option that we selected here before. And we need to get the element ID, so we say new view doc dot get element, and as an argument we provide the one that we get earlier. Let's copy and paste it here, and we append the new views in our list. Which is this one. And now I'm going to use accept. New underscore views. dot append, and we use f string. We say could not duplicate, it's interesting. All right, and we feed the name of the view. And now it's time to close our transaction. Transaction task done. And as an output, we need the list of duplicated views. All right, I think we're good to go. And let's save and run because we feed the Python here. All right. Let's go back to our Revit. As you can see, we duplicate our selected views. In the last part, let's assign a view template to our views. For example, here we are going to choose architectural plan to assign to the original views that we created initially. Let's go back to our Python script, save this and close. Duplicate this one here because we need most of the lines here, and that's good that we are going to fit the levels that we floors that we created before. Let's edit the Python. All right, I'm going to clear carefully these lines here because we need transactions, and as a input we need views. All right, that's okay, and we don't need these ones here. Instead, we are going to collect our view templates. I'm going to name it in collector, and as always we use filtered element collector. And of course, as an argument, asks for which document, which is this one, and of class, which is a kind of view, of course with uppercase, and I'm going to create a variable named view templates. And in a list, we use v for v in collector, if the type of the view is a template. Because we are not going to collect all the views inside our project, we need just the view templates. Now we need to choose the template by name. I'm going to name it target underscore name, and as an string it was architectural plan. In this case, we are hard coding because we are not feeding flexibility the target name of the view template. We are saying inside the code that we are looking for the architectural plan view template. And then for the created ones, we are going to say view template underscore selected. With this line, we are going to exactly grab the template that has this name, architectural plan. We use next, and as an argument, we say view template for view template in view templates. If the name of view template equals to the one that we indicated here. And as another argument, it asks for none, and we close this. Now we need to create an empty list to store our applied views. I'm going to name it applied views. And now we use if view template selected, then start the transaction. And now we use for loop command by saying for v in views, we now avoid assigning to templates themselves. So we say if not v dot is a template, then get the view template ID, of course the selected one, and we append into our list. We close the transaction, and here as an output we need applied views. Right now let's save it. We feed as an input our list of views, and let's run it. Let's go back here to see the error in line 17. Let's see. Next, view template for view template in view underscore templates. Target name. As an argument. That's interesting. Let me see the error again. Name view templates is not defined. Oh, of course, this should be view templates. Now let's save and run again. Let's go back to the views. Of course, I had to actually freeze the other nodes. Let's go back a couple of times. All right, because in this case we are going to duplicate every single time that we run the script. So let's run this again. All right, as you can see, for the selected views, we apply the view templates that we chosen inside the our Python script. In this lesson, you learned how to create new floor plan views, duplicate existing views with different options, apply view templates for consistent documentation. In the next lesson, we will build on this by learning how to create and manage schedules so you can automate not just views but also reports and data extraction.